I just been all on my grind, I ain't had no time to waste. You must be out of your mind, me, I've been all in my safe. I need some time to unwind, all of this stuff on my brain. I'm trying to have a good time, it's been all work and no play. Oh, hey, boy, you said something, boy, you said something. Boy, you said something, boy, you said something. Boy, you said something. Hey, boy, you said something, boy, you said something. Hey, boy, you said something. Boy, hey, you so crazy.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's up? What's up?
Hey man, we're back again.
Back in with another one.
Hey man, this one's gonna be special. I think this might be our most powerful and most, I don't want to say, it might be our most influential episode to date. We're
most informative for sure.
Yeah, definitely real.
It's we're joined here today by Kristina Pyrtle. I pronounce it? Pyrtle. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Look, we need to give her a hand clap first
No
and
doubt.
foremost. Thank you.
No doubt.
Coming and you want to share your story.
Very brave person right now.
Definitely. But it's stories that need to be shared, need to be talked about. You know, it's stuff that's happening in our communities that some are aware of, some aren't. But we're gonna dive into it. Let's get to it. Yeah.
Addiction.
You know, this is
What's the first thing popping
battling
out
addiction.
The first thing I think about is drugs.
I think
of
most
course.
people do.
Yeah.
Most people think
But it ain't
It's
always
drugs.
all of that.
But you
all
know
the
what
time.
though? You know what I think about? It's kind of funny though.
Oh my goodness.
No. Y'all know the song by, who was it, by H-Town, Knocking the Boots? He was like, I'm so addicted.
That's what comes to your mind.
That's
First
what comes
thing
to your
come to my
mind.
mind. I'm so addicted.
Well, okay.
Hey.
What about you?
Drugs. I think when you hear like someone's addicted to something, you hear drugs, and then next maybe gambling. But there's so many more addictions that's out there that people suffer from, man. Like, what's the definition of addiction?
Oh, the definition of addiction. Let me see if I can.
A junkie.
There it is for you right down the screen.
There you go.
The fact or condition of being addicted to a particular substance, thing, or activity.
That boy practiced that for weekend when this shit. I mean, he practiced like all afternoon.
I was actually just looking for the slide on the phone. I had to get everything together right there.
Ain't nothing wrong with
No,
that,
but
man.
that's important. I also read it like it's a brain disease. You know, it can be a brain disease that's manifested by compulsive substance use despite harmful consequence. Like no matter, you know it's harmful, but you continue to use it. But
Right.
you know, let's start with you, Christina. Won't you first of all tell us who you are, where you're from.
I'm from Denton.
You from Denton?
Denton.
Oh, okay.
Denton.
Where is Denton?
I had a route out that way.
Where is Denton? At?
It's out there like
I know
it's
where
off
it
of
is.
109. I want to say going out that way.
Like
Past you.
Outside of Ashburn.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, past you.
Secrets out.
Past you, big dog.
I don't know what he talking about past me.
Boy.
Okay, you from Denton. Are you married, single, kids?
Separated.
Separated. Okay.
Okay.
You have any children?
3.
3 children. Okay, awesome. So, like I said, we appreciate your braveness. You coming on the show
For sure.
to tell us about your story. You know, to help us dive into this topic because I think it's a lot of people that's suffering from various type of addictions. But we're going to talk about some of yours in particular. But before we get started, I just want a quick round of the horn here. real
Okay.
quick. Chad, do you think you got any addiction?
Of course I do.
Like,
I think every person on earth has an addiction. I don't give a damn who you are.
so. Like, if you don't mind, you want to share
Cigarettes,
cigarettes? Okay.
which is probably the most addictive thing.
Tobacco.
Yeah,
nicotine?
I think it's the most addictive drug there is.
Yeah.
Over anything.
Nah, I think sugar.
Let me tell you why.
Boy, I'm
I
addicted
think
to that
sugar-
shit. Boy,
I think
I am
sugar-
addicted
Let me tell you
to
why.
that
Let me tell you why I
sugar.
feel that way.
Okay.
You don't get no type of high. You don't get no type of feeling, and you continue to do it.
It don't numb
Don't
your
it keep
tongue. Don't it numb your tongue?
Hey, I don't know nothing about that.
Do it keep you
I
calm
don't either. I
though?
don't smoke.
Does it keep you calm? I heard people say, I got
Yeah,
your nerves
it's-
bad, I got to
Keep
smoke.
calm.
Well, I would guess so.
Do you
know
smoke? You smoke cigarettes?
I quit smoking when I got clean, but I still
Wow.
vape.
Wow,
So it's still
okay.
nicotine.
Oh, really?
I got you.
Still
Okay.
something
JaMar?
to calm down.
What about you?
Am I addicted?
Any addiction?
I don't think I'm addicted to anything, big dog.
That boy.
I'm really trying to think.
that boy
No, I'm
addicted
being
to selfies.
honest.
He addicted to selfies.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, my
I see
God.
him every day.
I got like 12.
That boy,
on my
12 a
plate.
day, good gracious.
I have to do it for the podcast, big dog.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, I'll be
You
honest
do
with
it for
straight
the
up.
gram. You
Yeah,
do it for the gram.
Listen, I'll be honest with you, I really don't think I have an addiction to like
Really?
something I just keep doing. Maybe video games. I don't know. Maybe.
That's an addiction.
Video games
I
definitely.
mean, it could be, but I think that's definitely under control.
Social media.
Whatever.
I mean, it's various addictions for sure.
What about yourself, big dog?
Oh man, I think that sugar got me.
Boy, that thing.
No, I've been like this since I was a kid.
Because you love cheesecake. You definitely love cheesecake.
I'm not just love sugar.
I thought you was gonna say cheesecake.
No, it ain't like that.
But also though, like sugar
that's
is
what
like,
he was gonna
it's like
say.
80, like real high up that past the drugs and stuff too.
I
As
wouldn't
far
be
as being
surprised,
addiction,
man.
addiction wise, I think on the
Cause that
whole.
sugar, man. When I go diet and I
What
go,
they say white sugar.
I go
whatever.
through withdrawal. You hear me?
You get angry, get cranky.
Do you really?
Man, I go through withdrawal, man. That joint is serious.
Over a piece of cheesecake?
No, not cheesecake, just sugar, man. Just like sweets.
So
and
any
sodas
kind of
and-
sweet.
Yeah, but like I'm good. Like after I get past like that 90 days, I'm usually pretty
You done
straight.
shook it.
But boy,
Well,
before,
caffeine, when you stop drinking caffeine and stuff like that, you're going to get headaches and stuff like
oh,
that.
all
You're
the
going
time.
to feel bad. You're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
feel
exactly.
bad.
I'm telling you, I go through that.
Boy,
I'm about to go through it in a second.
Jesus.
So, like I said, kind of moving back to you, Christina. You came on the show. You wanted to share us your story. Let's start with like, number one, what have you or have you been addicted to? I know you talked about your road to
Just
recovery.
about everything, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, just about everything. I mean, I started doing drugs when I was 13 years old, so.
Wow. You mean like
13.
Are we talking like marijuana? Are we talking
I
about
mean, marijuana, and then I was doing cocaine and stuff by the time I was 15 years old,
Wow.
so yeah.
Let me ask you this. They say like marijuana's a gateway drug. Is that true?
I don't agree with that because there's people that say that I'm not clean because I still smoke weed and stuff, and I don't agree with that at all because I don't wake up every day fiending for marijuana. It doesn't have
Right.
control of my life. When I was on heroin, I couldn't get out the bed until I would figure out how to get some dope. It's a totally different thing.
Ooh,
Totally different
No,
thing.
you said heroin.
is powerful.
Yeah.
how did you start? Like, how did you kind of get introduced? Was it more like partying?
No, I was on pain pills and stuff like that. I started
Yeah.
doing pain pills to get
Yeah.
through work and stuff like that. And, eventually pain pills got too expensive. I got depressed and, heroin was a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I've heard people talk about pain pills and stories of them having to go to like treatment centers and doing stuff because not thinking they can handle it.
Right.
And then it became like a routine of theirs. And then they realized like, man, I can't even go without it.
right.
It's tough.
All right, so let's start from the beginning. Like, how did you get addicted to heroin?
I was really depressed at that time of my life, and I went to work one day and told somebody that I didn't want to feel anything that day anymore. That's when I was doing pills, and I knew that they were doing heroin and stuff. So later on that day, I did my first shot of dope. And, it went on for like a month, and I thought I was going to go back to my husband, and, he was going to help me get clean. Well, he got on it with me, unfortunately.
And that's usually how it happens.
So he
Yeah.
he wasn't on it prior to you being on
No,
drugs?
no.
Wow, okay.
No, that's something I have to live with, too.
Yeah.
So usually, just like they say when you was young, your friend is gonna be the one to introduce you to it.
Always.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So how do you say yes? I can't wrap my mind around how do you say yes to shooting dope like
That's
that?
all like, what he was talking about earlier with mental illness and stuff like that. There's a lot going on inside. Nobody just decides one day, hey, I want to do this,
Sure. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that would have it in front of them would never touch it. But, addiction runs
That's
in
very
my
true.
family.
Okay, I've heard this. They say you're always chasing that first high. Like first time you try crack, you're chasing your first high. You
And
never
it's
get that
never
first
like
high
that
back.
again. It's never like that
Never.
again. But before I got clean, I was telling them, I was shooting $350 worth of dope a day.
Wait a minute, hold.
And I wasn't getting high. That's
Whoa.
I wasn't getting high. That was just to get up out of bed and go to work to get more dope.
Okay, let me ask you this: 350 a day,
Yeah, an 8 ball of heroin
That's an
every day.
8-ball.
8 ball.
And not even the
Ball.
bad dope, the
3.5
fentanyl stuff.
grams.
So that's
Okay.
three
So
and
you
a half.
had the grade A, you had the
Yeah.
best.
Oh yeah, I was wanting the stuff that was killing everybody. And that's scary
Oh,
to
my
say.
God.
How was you able to
That's scary to
afford?
say.
How was you able to afford your addiction?
More than one ways.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of different ways,
I got you. That's a lot.
Definitely.
I mean,
Were you able to, like, I've heard the term of like a functioning addict.
Oh, that's that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah. No, go ahead.
Yeah,
no.
bullshit.
Speak the
That's
truth.
right. So
Me and my husband said that for a long time, because we were going to work every day. The kids were good. That's before I, made the decision to
sort
get
of
my
trying to
kids
trick
up.
yourself into believing
Yeah,
that.
we're all good. We're still going to work. Our bills are paid. Well, eventually, your bills aren't going to be paid no more. Eventually, you're selling your food stamps and stuff like that. There's no functioning addict.
Wow.
No functioning addict.
So that term is just really like that's a way to try to, like, I guess, suppress what you were really dealing with. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's just to make yourself feel.
Yeah, I've heard there's a lot of different. Like we talked about functioning addicts just because they may have worked or kept up like a routine.
And I was working for a long time, but there at the end, one day I just went to work. I don't know if I was dope sick. I can't remember now. But, I just walked out of my job and said, fuck my job, because I had, some sugar daddy, that, it was fine then at the time.
Right.
But eventually, it wasn't fine.
Yeah.
But, there at the end I wasn't working, wasn't doing shit.
Let me ask you, was alcohol ever a part of like your routine or?
When I got clean, I had a problem with alcohol. Instead of going to Suboxone clinics and methadone clinics, I was trying to self-medicate at home, and I didn't realize, that I had a problem with alcohol at first. But I was, drinking like hell when I first got clean, still running from thoughts and stuff like that, because, the doctors, they prepare you for the physical withdrawals, but they don't prepare you for the mental stuff.
Right.
That mental stuff is hard when you get clean.
Gotcha.
That guilt process is hard
Oh,
when
yeah.
you get clean.
I bet your mind. Well, I don't know.
Your mind's all over the place.
Yeah, I was
because
gonna
like
say
I was telling him, when I was on dope, I basically spent 4 years in a coma. I don't remember my son growing up. My son's 7. I don't remember him growing up hardly.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Let me ask you this. When you, I guess, first did it, what was going through your mind when you got that first high? Do you remember, like?
I didn't care about anything.
Right.
When I got clean, I had to realize why I was getting high,
Right.
what I was running from.
Right.
There was a lot of things I was running from, trying to forget and stuff like that. That's why I started getting high.
So, go ahead.
Yeah. Do you think if you had, let's say, an outlet, somebody to talk to, or something like that,
100%.
would it have made it like 10 times better? Do you think you
It
never
would
would
have made
have?
it 10 times better, but it might would have helped, if I would have had, something to steer me in that direction.
Right.
But, I felt like I was alone. I didn't
Okay.
have anything else. Me and my husband, we never had a really good relationship. That was
Right.
my security blanket. I ran away when I was 15, was with him and jumped into raising a family.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
How long were you addicted to, or how long were you addicted to heroin?
I was out there for 4 years.
4 years, okay.
Yeah.
And you've been clean how long?
June 2nd will make 2 years.
Wow.
That's what's up right there.
Congratulations.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Have you been around it since then?
I've had people offer it to me. It's been in the same room, and people's always like, how do I not get tempted? Because when you get out there as bad as I was before I got clean, you don't think about that high no more. You remember that sickness. It was a nightmare.
So you can be around the drugs and it doesn't.
Well, that's true deliverance
that's
right
strong.
there.
I wouldn't
Definitely.
touch that. I made a promise. I used to wake
That's
up every
strong.
day begging God to take my life away because I didn't know how to get clean.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, man, if you just help me get through the withdrawals, I won't touch it again. And then one day I finally made it through them withdrawals.
I was gonna say, like, what are withdrawals for people that don't know?
Right.
Withdrawals are, I hear, painful. Explain.
Withdrawal, more than painful.
Yeah.
So
More
explain
than
explain to
painful.
people what withdrawals are.
When you hear junkies say that, they rather die than face them withdrawals, it's like you got the flu, you got every ache and pain in your body, you got restless legs, you're hot, you're cold, you're throwing up, it's everything.
People say it's bad. They say it's bad. I heard people use the term like it's a
Withdrawals can kill
one-on-one battle
somebody.
with the devil.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I heard people say before. Like it's a one-on-one battle with the devil.
It's awful. It's awful. And the last time I finally, went and got clean, I didn't go to like a Suboxone clinic. I didn't go off to a rehab. I went to High Point Regional, checked myself in the psych ward for 4 days.
Wow.
And it's like I did that 3 times before it finally stuck. And it was like, the last time I was there,
Yeah.
they wanted me to remember it. They didn't help me. They didn't baby me when I was in there. I suffered with them 4 days when I was in there the last time.
I heard nobody kicks heroin on their first attempt.
I don't.
I heard.
Yeah. Like, I think that's a damn statistic right there. I really think that.
I've heard that nobody kicks heroin on their first attempt.
I don't know anybody.
I don't know how true that is, but
Right.
I was reading about that, and I was looking at something similar. I was coming to the episode. I was looking at something, and the guy was saying, he was like, "There's not a single soul," and I say that lightly because it probably is. I
Right.
don't know, but they said it's not.
It's
He said
rare.
it's not a single soul that kicks heroin on the first attempt. So it kind of gives you some insight on how strong the drug really is versus. And I don't even know about if it's stronger than crack cocaine or.
Well, the thing,
The
I
rush is, but
Yeah, I get you.
I've done that too, and
Yeah.
I can tell you, smoking crack is a mental addiction.
Mm-hmm.
That's mental. That's your anxiety and stuff like that. Heroin, opiates is a physical withdrawals. You feel that through your whole body.
wow.
Your whole body.
That
And
heroin
heroin is
down
going
there.
You're not
crazy
just
right
chasing
now,
a
too.
high with heroin.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get high no more. Like I didn't want to do dope for like the last 2 years I was on it. Like I didn't know how to get clean. I didn't know how to not feel them withdrawals.
Because heroin was not a mainstream drug when I was young.
Nah, me either.
No.
definitely was
You
not.
know,
Definitely was not.
it was here and there, but it was not in your face.
It is definitely in the black community right now. Talking to different activists, that like heroin has become more prevalent. Like it is on every, like you can get it on just about on every corner.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere.
You can find meth and heroin
Yeah.
before you can find weed now.
Meth is something I
Speaking
learned
of
about
meth.
over the years. Have you ever tried meth?
I've tried it. I've done it all, man.
Wow.
Unfortunately, yeah.
The meth just wasn't like a drug
That's
of choice.
not my thing.
Yeah, okay.
That is not my thing.
Okay.
No.
Is the like what's the difference?
Yeah. Educated, 'cause I don't know.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heroin, you're just going to sleep. You're asleep all the time. You know, you're not thinking about anything. Meth, like my thing, I wanted to forget everything. That's
Meth,
why
you
I
stay
did
up.
heroin. You're up. You're just
Yeah.
sitting there thinking about everything, and then you get depressed more when you're coming off of it.
And that's on meth?
oh
that's
yeah,
meth.
that's
Okay.
on meth. Yeah, no, I can't do that. Mm-mm.
Oof.
Oh no.
Does all three, or like do any three make you like violent? Does it make you
All of it will.
Yeah.
I was a horrible person
Yeah.
on heroin. You know, I was a very angry person. I had a lot of anger. I had to let all that go when I got clean. You know, I had to learn how to let a lot of anger go and
Right.
stuff like that.
So when you checked into the clinic, when you like you said you did it on your own, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So when you went and checked yourself into a clinic, which has to be one of the toughest and strongest thing at the same time,
Right.
To know that you need help,
Yeah.
and no one like family members pulling you or
No.
doing an intervention or you know what I mean. But you go and check yourself into a clinic. Not only once, you've done it 3 times, right?
Yeah.
So when you go and do that, what's that recovery step? Like, are you in the clinic for like weeks?
No,
Is it
when I go to the
days?
psych ward, it's just 4 days. They
4
keep you
days?
in there, you know, to get the most of it out. They give you phenobarbital to push the drugs out your system
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But when you go home, you're still fighting those withdrawals for a while. It took about 6 months before I felt, you know, normal again.
Is there any community programming, like anything that you like?
There's stuff you can go
outreach?
to, yeah.
okay.
And I'm not knocking any of that stuff. I
Okay.
didn't do that. I just
Okay.
kept myself busy. I went back to work, you know, a
Yeah.
month after I got clean. I was working again and stuff.
Let me ask you this: how did it affect? You said you told how it affected you. How did it affect your family?
No, I don't have anything that I had before drugs.
Nothing.
Heroin took everything I had.
Wow.
Yeah, my husband's gone. I mean, I hope that, you know, he'll get help one day. You know, I pray he'll get help one day.
Okay.
But, you know, for right now, he's not a part of my life or his kid's life. You know, my kids, I'm very active in my kids' life.
Okay.
Still very active in their lives, but they don't live with me. You know, my family's nothing.
I was
everything
gonna go
do is
there
gone.
and see like what was the deal with the kids, and because you have 3
Yeah, I have 3.
and none of them live with you currently.
No.
But you do see them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Anytime
good.
I want to. Anytime I want to see my
Okay.
kids, I can see my kids.
So just the after effects of being on drugs and stuff, it kind of ripped your family apart.
Oh, tore everything
Yeah.
apart, you know. We was buying a house, everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's deep.
So let
That
me.
is.
So just so I can get the timeline, I'm trying to piece together the time. So you said you started doing drugs when you were about 13, right?
Yeah.
And were you doing drugs off and on up until?
Off and on. I was never addicted to nothing.
Yeah,
It was
okay,
just like
that's
a
what I
little
was-
phase. I'd run off party for a little while, you know,
Okay.
cocaine, drinking, this
Yeah.
and that, you know, but I was never addicted to anything.
So it was more like a social.
Social.
Yeah, okay. Because I was thinking like at 13, and I'm not sure how old you are now, but
29.
29. Okay.
29.
So I'm just looking at the time lapse. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
so was it like you was only? I mean, you were hard addicted for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
So what was the timeline like between 13 to 26 or 25?
Yeah.
24
Well,
or so.
my
Oh,
son
you said
was
you've been
6
22
months
years.
old when I started doing pain pills. He's
Okay.
7 now.
Okay.
So, yeah, he was 6 months old when I started doing pain pills and stuff.
Did you have like an injury or anything that kind of?
Well, I got my tubes tied when I had him and stuff like that. So, of course, the
okay.
doctors give
Yeah,
stuff. But,
yeah.
you know, no. Of course, it started recreationally after that.
Now, I don't know this, but do the doctors, and maybe they ask you this, like if you have been addicted to drugs prior to? Do they ask
You
you
can
that prior
tell.
to?
You can tell them. They should ask, but no. When you go to the hospital,
So they don't
you
ask
know.
that question
Really?
if you had like a prior addiction, because prescribing you that, and you've had a history of addiction.
Well, that's about money. They don't give a damn.
No, 100%. I know that.
I thought they at least had to ask some kind of questionnaire you
I
fill
thought
out
they
or
had to
something.
ask you
They
something
ask
too.
you if you're are you currently taking any medications and stuff like
Oh,
that.
so the
or, you know,
wordplay,
marijuana
that
stuff.
word-
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
because they could be contributing factor
yeah, most
to
definitely.
you like relapsing or going. You know,
Of
Right.
course.
But because you said something to me about the government wanting you on their drugs instead
Oh,
of.
but I said that, out there in the car. Yeah, of course. I said that, I used to tell people all the time, and people may take this the wrong way, but me personally, I'm not for the Suboxone and methadone clinics because, that's just government drug dealing. Them people are just as fucked up as they were, if not more, on that stuff than they were the heroin. And I'd rather give my money to my old plugs to take care of their family before I give it to the government to keep me sick for the rest of my life. That's just my opinion. Nobody has to listen to that. Yeah, exactly. But I don't, I've seen people come into work more messed up off of that stuff than I was off of the heroin.
And that stuff's supposed to, I guess, bring you back down.
Yeah,
that's to wing you off of it.
They never wing you off of it. They keep these people on it for years and years and years. These people aren't getting off that stuff.
And this is legal.
Yeah, and it's legal. And it's sad. It's sickening.
Let me tell y'all something. I used to deliver to one of those clinics. Let me tell you something. The way them people used to look at me, my van used to pull up. They was like, "You got it, don't you? Got it? Hey, put it in my trunk. Put it in my trunk."
The same way
they used to have to escort me inside the building with it.
The same way they're looking at the drug dealers.
And this is the thing that there's a lot of them all the time.
You used to deliver the drugs?
Yeah. I did.
Boy going to jail. Boy going to jail.
Hey, it's legal. but honestly, like, all jokes aside, they used to tell them, like, they be like, "What's in the box?" They be like, some people knew. Other people like, "Oh, it's just a printer, just a printer." Wow. Yeah. And then lead me to the back, and then I seen all the vials and stuff back there and everything. And I tell you, when it hit me though, when I actually seen somebody we grew up with in the line, and that's the way I had to see him. Like a couple years later.
Who was it then?
I ain't gonna name his name.
I was just kidding.
But honestly, like,
I know a guy that had to do that too.
And I seen the person in line. It was like, wow, like it was somebody we played ball with and everything. It's like, wow, I ain't seen you in like 10 or 15 years, and this is how I see you.
Right.
That was tough.
Well, I mean, the reality of it is, like, we all kind of grew up like an impoverished sort of environment or whatever, and like we've been
I grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth.
Boy, stop.
In the hood.
Boy, stop. you had a silver spoon in the hood?
Boy, I was rich. I had all the video games.
And boy had a silver Volvo.
Oh my God.
Boy, think I didn't.
No, but so we're not like, we all been around drugs. We've all been around hardcore drugs and everything. Like, we're not.
Yes, sir.
We're not immune and having, like, it's not anything that we don't know about.
Yeah. It ain't different.
Yeah.
It's no different.
But
her story ain't different from what we've seen.
No. But when you get older and as you evolve,
look at it different.
You look at it totally different.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Yeah, of course you do.
You look at it totally different.
Right.
And then when you look back on it and, like, maybe your classmates or family members, and you start to process, like, to be honest, I tell people, like, bro, we deal with PTSD a lot more than what we think.
Of course.
You think that? You think
Yes,
so?
I think so. If we sat here and we had a conversation about stuff that we seen as children, it wasn't natural.
It shouldn't have been.
It's a lot of stuff we saw as children that was not natural.
That's very
At
true.
all.
I never thought about it that way.
I think
That
about
is
it all
very
the time.
true.
Like I love having conversations with my kids.
So
about
you saying we crazy?
No.
I said, no, we've been through some
I'm
stuff.
just saying, bro, like, we have been through some stuff that we normalized for so long.
Right, of course.
But when we really break it down, that stuff ain't normal.
Of course it's not.
It's not normal.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, I talk to, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm thankful that we're in the position that I am to raise my kids in the position they're now. But I talk to them, like, some of my things, like, I've witnessed and saw as a child. And, like, I'm trying to tell you what's out here, what's going on. And you're trying to itch. Like, sometimes they look at me and laugh and be like,
I just think that's part of life. Now, everybody don't go through it.
No, not everybody. No.
But I think it's a small percentage that ain't never seen drugs or done drugs.
No, for sure. But again, I'm gonna speak for myself. Like, it was a time where it was so normal that it just wasn't it wasn't anything you even talking. Like, you just.
Let me ask y'all this.
It was just normal.
When's the first time you actually saw drugs? How old were you when you first saw them?
Oh man.
You mean like what
anything? Your first drug? Anything?
Oh man, I was young.
Yeah, I probably was.
I was young.
I ain't gonna lie, I probably was
6, 7.
Yeah, about 7 years old.
Yeah, that was young.
Yeah. I mean, needles. Like, I got a story I'm not gonna tell, but I got.
Well, don't tell us you got a story.
No,
I know, right? I got a story, but I ain't gonna tell y'all. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably a bad thing. But I got afraid of needles at a very young age. Like, I saw a needle break in somebody's arm.
They were shooting up.
Yeah.
So you gonna tell us a story?
No, I'm just saying. Like, but it.
Okay.
Like,
I'm just saying.
Like, needles have always been a thing. Like, I do not like needles.
Right.
I'm not a needle person. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can go get a shot done, but I have to turn. I can't look at the needle going into my arm.
I was terrified of shots growing up.
Yeah,
they had to hold me down. They had to hold me down.
Like, needles is just. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I done seen, people put needles in their arms and inject. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, stuff as kids we normalize, bro, and it's not normal for a 7, 8-year-old to go through.
Right. It's not normal at first to you. though. You know
It's
what I
not
mean?
normal.
It ain't normal
it's
at
not
first.
normal. It's not normal.
Yeah.
That's not a normal childhood, bro.
Like going through, remember,
Yeah,
bro,
it was.
yeah, it was. I know, right?
It was.
But you think about
Do
it,
y'all
bro,
y'all think the DARE program actually helped us?
Absolutely not.
Y'all think it was BS?
Not at all.
Absolutely
Not at
not.
all.
let me ask you. I'm playing devil's advocate.
If
here.
anything, it introduces you to it.
Yeah, now you
Hey,
said something.
boy.
Because I never knew it.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know some of the names of them to the DARE program.
Boy,
in my
you
school.
said something. The first time I think I seen what crack
Right.
cocaine looked like, I was 5, and it was in
Going home, ask
kindergarten.
my parents what it is.
You know what I mean?
That's what
That's
they
not
do.
I remember
normal.
them showing you pictures of drugs.
No,
bro.
they brought in a display.
I don't remember that.
I didn't get
They
no
didn't give no display.
But I got
Dog,
not my
dog,
age.
they gave
Yeah.
us a fake looking display.
I don't
They
remember
said,
that.
"Hey, this is what weed look like. This is what cocaine looks like."
I never
Yeah,
seen
bro.
that.
They gave us. They had a display.
Boy, I could already
They
tell.
use like fake examples, like this is a piece of chalk. They like, all right, Alex, he's a drug dealer. What are you gonna say to him? No, sit down. Like, like they should do little skits with us and stuff. But y'all actually had the real thing in the classroom.
I mean, what, in your opinion,
Jesus.
what can I don't even say what can local law enforcement or agency? Because this is like a
Hold on,
middle-
before you say, hold that thought for a minute. We got some comments right quick.
Okay.
All right, let's address it.
CJ Ross said heroin is super common and people would never know some people are addicts.
Yeah.
Is that true? You
Oh
think?
yeah, nobody knew I was an addict.
Wow.
Nobody knew I was on it. People were shocked when they found out.
Wow.
Wow.
People tell me all the time now that when they look at me, they would have never thought I was on it. But I'm
Wow.
like, that's the point. You never know who it is. You never know who's struggling.
Now,
Yeah, go ahead.
when you were on it, did you smoke? How did you do it? Did you shoot?
At first, I was snorting, and then I started shooting.
Now, would it? I guess it hit your bloodstream more when you
Totally
shoot.
different. When they say you get
Okay.
addicted to the needle, you get addicted to the needle too.
Wow.
Okay.
A direct hit to your bloodstream.
Right.
Look, you got people rooting for you out here for real. Chelsea Smith, go Christina.
Thanks,
So proud of
Chelsea.
you.
No, this
Tell
is
your story.
this is super awesome. The
Yeah,
fact that you-
definitely.
You can come on camera and actually talk about it because the thing about it is there's probably somebody watching who's dealing with their own addiction,
Right.
Regardless of what it
and may
is.
not, and because of whatever, this may give them the courage to come out. This may give them the courage to go get help. This
Christina
may,
Copley.
That's my boss. That's
Okay.
my.
We love
I
you.
love my son's mother.
We
Oh, wow.
love
Okay.
you so much.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was gonna get into that. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yes, you know
So-
all about that.
So explain to
Chad,
us.
hold on.
Shut up. Explain to us who one of your kids was adopted by. Is that right?
So the boss that I work for was having trouble conceiving and stuff, and they actually adopted my son.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
We have a great relationship.
Wow.
We all-
Big ups to you.
Yeah.
Definitely hand clap.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
People
Yeah.
look at that as down, it's not.
Yeah. Because I don't know. You could if you would like to talk a little bit about that. Like how hard is it to give up your kid? Even
That's
though
the hardest thing I ever done in my life, man. That's one of the reasons why I was drinking so bad when I
Yeah.
first got clean, because then, I woke up and realized, I didn't have my kids anymore.
But it's also a selfless. It says a lot about you.
Right.
It's a selfless act to be
Because
able
like
to,
I told him, people
Yeah.
say all the time, you've been clean for 2 years. Why don't you have them back now? Because what am I going to bring them back to right
Yeah.
now? I'm cleaning my life up.
Right.
Yeah.
And they don't deserve to sit around and
Sure.
struggle with me while I clean my life up.
But the plan is at the end
Eventually.
of the journey, or when you feel like you get to a certain, or like you're at a certain place in your life, do you want your kids with you?
Well, if that's what they want.
Okay.
If they're happy where they're at, great.
That's a
like my
selfless act
son.
right
My
there. Yeah,
son
boy,
loves, my son
golly.
loves his mamas.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
loves them, and that's great. I'm happy. I'm so happy my kids are loved.
and
they're
they're able
taken
to
care
provide
of.
them a pretty good
Right.
life.
They're happy.
Yeah.
Boy, let me tell you something. Them kids are spoiled.
Yeah.
They
Right.
are spoiled.
Right.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. It's special to see your kids smile with
Right.
it.
Right.
Let me rewind for a second. Joseph Galloway said, "We are the crazy." To your point of being normal,
Yeah.
seeing drugs being normal as a kid, his response was, "We are the crazy generation that was bred to understand and learn how to deal with it,"
Right.
which is very much true.
Yeah, that's a super. That was you said Joseph.
Yeah.
That's an excellent point because that's the truth, man. Like
It is.
we went to school, we laughed, we joked, we picked, and we got involved in drugs. We was around drugs.
Some of us got involved.
Yeah.
We all didn't get involved. Some of us didn't jump on the porch.
Sean X Norman said heroin is taking over. He said this shit is taking
That's
over.
what I've
But
heard, man.
I think he's talking about the heroin.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And in the black community is what, it's like where it wasn't so, it didn't have such a presence.
Right.
Like it it does now. Like I remember, like when I was young and like coming into my teenage years, it was just something we just didn't fool with. You didn't really. It wasn't a thing like
when
that.
I was in
No.
high school, I didn't hear about stuff like
Nah,
that.
it wasn't.
Xanaxes and stuff like that, but
It wasn't, and
I think crack was probably the ultimate drug, right? That was the one,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
that was
that-
like crack. That was it.
crack ain't never gonna go nowhere.
yeah.
Right.
That ain't
I
never
mean,
gonna
it's
go nowhere.
cheap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's quick. It's quick and easy money. It's cheap. So
It's tough, man.
yeah,
It's tough.
yeah.
And you like you the bravest person we done had on here for sure.
Look, this right here, I'm gonna just tell
definitely.
you, like, we just hope this is gonna give not only a boost to you, but a boost to others. So like right now, if anybody is battling addiction or need help, the substance abuse, mental health services.
Yeah, mental health services.
Okay, yeah,
the
check-
number is on the screen right
Check the
now.
screen.
Check it out.
Please call. Please get some assistance. It's completely anonymous.
No doubt. Anybody that need that help need to get it.
Yeah.
This is this is super dope.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
know,
Appreciate it.
like I can't congratulate you enough for what you done, how far you came, and not only that, where you going. And I think it's super dope, like the relationship you have with your boss.
Yeah.
And
That's all right.
That's one of the
That's
best things
definitely
that
all
came
right.
out of it.
That's special.
Because they're like the family I didn't have.
Yeah,
So
that's
Okay.
special.
definitely.
So a big ups to them. What it's Lito's Pizza,
Lido Pizza.
which actually gave us some time off to do this.
Yeah.
For us.
Thank you, Lito's
You-
Pizza.
So Lito's Pizza. We
Y'all
come.
better pay her for her time.
So like we owe a dinner to Lito's Pizza or something. Like we
Definitely.
go
Y'all
there
come
for
check us
dinner.
out.
Go there for lunch or something one day.
Yeah.
So we got to do that.
Okay. We'll do that. I got a little something right here. We talk about all these drugs and everything, but how do they get in our communities though?
Boy, now I'm gonna tell you what. That's a whole.
Like it ain't like we just
Now,
got in the
I'ma
kitchen one day and say, you know what, I'm gonna make some crack,
Now, let me
or
tell you-
I'm gonna make up some heroin.
Let me tell you this right here.
How do we get it?
Now we can get into it. I'm gonna upset some folks.
Let's get into it a little bit. It's a little bit.
We can get into that.
Because I wanted to get into that. Like we.
Hold on.
I'm gonna upset some folks. I'm gonna tell you.
Hold on, let me tell you what CJ Ross just said. He said, Dare had us doing plays pretending to be drug
Yes,
dealers.
you did. That's what I said.
They
I
did
had a
do
little
that.
piece of chalk.
Hey, I remember that.
Yeah, you
That
told
is true.
you had to keep a drug dealer, and you tell him no when he asks you that. Yeah, like
You had to
That
tell
is
them no.
so true,
yeah, you
bro.
had to
That
tell
is
him
true. I
no. You had to
remember
tell
that.
him no.
Does anybody remember the display with me? If you remember the display, let me know.
That
Because
nigga was younger than us.
Boy, that was you in the bathroom.
No, they gave they
I don't
gave
remember that.
us a generation. I mean, a damn display,
I ain't never seen no display, bro.
bro. They gave us a display.
I remember seeing like little postcards saying these are the pills, this or this is the that.
Cause I remember you had the Junior G-Man badge when they gave it to you. You
But
was telling
see-
on everybody.
But see, when I
hey.
That is so
I'm gonna tell
funny.
you who was in charge of Captain Harris.
I wasn't gonna say his name, but I ain't want to put him out there like that.
Hey man, that's a good man.
Sergeant.
He went to a
Yeah.
captain. Okay?
yeah, well,
Captain
now that's
Harris.
right. But that,
He
back then
retired.
he was Sergeant
Yeah,
Harris.
yes,
Captain Harris. Captain Harris.
Hey, Captain, good man.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
Captain,
yeah.
Captain.
Yeah, I used to work with him.
That's
I used to
my
work
people
with him a
right
little
there.
bit.
But I remember
Yeah,
he gave JaMar a
no,
Junior G-Man badge.
he
He's
did
telling
not.
Is that true, or is he
JaMar
making
was
it up?
telling on
Me
everybody.
and this man is not even the same class, so you know the man's lying. The man 2 years behind me.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I ain't think about it. I ain't think about it.
Go ahead with the story.
I
though.
see
Go on,
JaMar
it sound
I
good.
see JaMar skipping around in school. Yeah, I got it. Hey, he had a little star on his chest. Had his dirt. Hey, did they used to have like the teddy bear too?
The big bird that dressed
The
up.
bear, yeah.
Y'all had the bear dressed up.
Yeah.
You remember you had the bear? Y'all holding hands, skipping around.
Hold on. Y'all had a dare bear come to y'all school?
It was the dare bear.
I remember the bear, the green bear.
I don't know if it was green.
No. He
Ours
wasn't
was
green.
Ours was
Green.
green.
Ours wasn't green.
Oh, that green bear might be hot. That might be hot.
Yeah, because he was like a
remember
regular old bear
it was
color.
like a brown.
Yeah,
I
like a
remember a
brown.
green bear in a red
I don't
shirt.
remember.
Yeah, it definitely was a bear.
No,
though.
and he
It
had
was dare bear.
a black shirt
on
that said Dare.
in red.
Yeah, Dare in red.
And you had the
that's right.
gold star with the.
This joker stuck on this gold.
He was the
star.
police.
That boy was telling on everybody.
No, that wasn't me, big dog.
Hey, JaMar, how you get a new King Griffey Jr.? Oh man, that boy had a new King Griffey Jr. I like JaMar, your mama can't afford these.
Oh my God. That
Yeah,
boy was
yeah.
telling his
Yeah,
sneakers.
that boy told me that.
was
is
lame.
terrible.
He said
That
so
was-
and so had to go.
Oh, boy, you so stupid. We'll take any situation to make a fool out of
Boy,
it.
we sure
man.
will.
You gotta make light out of it.
But look, though, but how do we get it though? Like,
Look,
and why?
I don't even want to go. I don't even want to start with the government. I'm gonna just go down to
Reaganomics? Hold on.
We're going to get shut down.
Hey, it's the truth. The information out there.
But I'm. Excuse me.
You all right?
I'm thinking.
Get your shit together, man.
Yeah,
Please.
no, I'm thinking, man. But like, when we talk about,
We ain't got no planes.
when we look at our community,
Flying it in.
We ain't got no boats, dude.
Nah, we don't have, barely can swim.
We ain't got no planes and boats for sure.
No, not at all. But somehow,
nah, we ain't got no
it gets
planes.
all over the United States in every black neighborhood.
And then it comes down to a choice.
I was gonna ask you this.
It comes
What-
down to a choice at point.
Boy, I'm so glad you said that. It sparked my memory. What would you say to a person that says, like, that using drugs is a disease, right? What would you say to somebody like me that says it's a choice? I could think it can become a disease later, but I think your initial introduction into drugs is a choice
Yeah, oh yeah.
It
because
is a
you're
choice.
clear-minded.
For the most part, people who not like, not drugged and didn't know it or whatever. But like,
Right.
I agree.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's a choice. And that's not what I was saying, but what you're saying, I was talking about from the dealer perspective.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, but
okay.
no, but we can stick with where you at. Like for sure, I think it's a choice.
Do you think it's a choice or do you think it's a disease?
I mean, it's a choice, definitely. You do make the choice to do drugs, but
it turns into a disease quick?
right, it does. It does turn into a disease. And not only that, but you get addicted to it and then you don't know how to stop in a way. But a lot of people, they start because they don't have the best influences. A lot of people are getting high with their moms and dads when they're kids. You know what I'm saying?
CJ said addiction is the disease.
Yeah.
Using
Using
is the choice.
is
Yeah,
the
no
choice.
doubt.
Right,
I agree.
exactly. Very well said.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, it's a disease because look, it's poison.
You're right.
You putting poison in your body, like it is absolute poison. It is not one good, positive influence. Like it's nothing great that comes from.
Now, there's
A
legal
controlled
drugs. You're
substance.
saying drugs, like period, like
I'll
any
be-
pain pills that's legal.
I'll be
all this
honest
stuff.
with you, man. Like all drugs can be fatal.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Like I don't care if just because it's FDA approved doesn't mean like it
Right.
can shut down your organ. You can get kidney failure.
Right.
Taking too many Tylenol can kill your
Exactly.
liver. You know what
like,
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
like,
I
bro,
mean,
it helps combat something else that's going on. Like it's the dosage. It's the you take small doses and things. It's supposed it shouldn't be harmful.
Right.
But in that small right, there's potential side effects.
Right.
You take too many of it. You pop too many Tylenols, you OD.
right.
It'll be your last headache.
Yeah, no,
It'd
no.
be less-
Yeah.
It'll be your last drink.
Yeah. Literally your last headache.
It'll be your last headache.
Like no doubt. So when people say drugs, we just consider illegal drugs. That's all we.
Of course.
We
Right.
think about illegal drugs.
That's what we've been. They told us to be like that though.
But like you said, you got prescription. You got to prescribe medicine from a doctor.
That's worse.
That's what I'm saying.
That's worse.
That's like hitting. That's a controlled substance, bro. That's like hitting crack.
it's just legal.
That's like there's a synthetic heroin.
Yeah.
There's a synthetic
I've heard
cocaine.
that's worse.
The government used to give the army meth or whatever. Well, way back when, I'm not, I'm a dumbass, but I do know.
No, we ain't going there.
somewhere there.
You on point.
It is.
Yeah.
You can look it up. I mean, they
Yeah,
used
no-
to give troops meth and stuff like that to keep them going, keep them up for days and stuff.
We know they experimented with us
Most definitely.
with certain things, but
Yeah,
we
so,
don't
I
get
mean,
into all
When you
that.
say us, you.
Say half of us, Chad. Half of us.
I just want to make sure we say when you say us, you say us like I don't know who you like us.
Oh man, y'all something else, man.
Just curious what we're talking about.
Can't be serious.
I'm being
Whoa.
serious. I just want to know what we're talking
For
about.
1 second, you can't be serious.
Nah, but that's true. Like, so when you hear illegal drug, when you hear drugs, you just think illegal. Look, man, all drugs can be, it's harmful, and can be harmful. Like it's just like this is what's crazy to me. Like how alcohol is legal,
Right.
but then weed is not.
Because it's a money racket. If
Oh,
they,
no
if they
doubt.
prescribe,
No,
if
no
they
doubt.
prescribe people marijuana, then they're going to quit taking Xanax.
Yeah,
they're
no
going to
doubt.
quit taking a lot of medicine.
No doubt.
And it's gonna kill somebody.
I think
pharmaceutical.
weed
go
should have been
down.
illegal a long time
A
ago.
long time
anyway.
ago.
Yeah, no doubt.
Long time ago.
If you can have alcohol that kills 500,000 or cigarettes kills 500,000 people a year. If that is legal, we should be legal because you know how many deaths you can't find one. You cannot find one death that's directly related to marijuana. They either smoke cigarettes too, or was an alcoholic too.
I mean, crime rate don't increase because of weed.
Oh no, man!
Like, but alcohol,
Bar fights.
not only bar fights, you get drunk driving. You get like I think
abusive marriage. I mean,
I
abusive man, like beating on the
domestic
kids and all
violence.
this stuff. All this stuff.
Liver failure. Like alcohol has caused more deaths, and I don't know what the numbers are and the statistics are, but I'm just saying. I just don't understand how alcohol continues to be legal. I think that didn't like what the government just initiate. Like we got the curfew at 10, but then you can buy alcohol to go.
Boy, you said
and
something.
I don't understand that.
Boy, you said something.
I can leave, but don't drink that. Don't drink this in your car. Don't drink this in your car.
Right.
Don't drink the drink in your car.
That is so tempting. I could just pull up to the restaurant,
Boy,
and order a margarita.
Daiquiri to go.
I could order a whole.
You sipping on the straw.
Yeah,
you got
hold
the
on.
straws and stuff. You be sipping with the straws and stuff.
Boy, you said something.
So I can go there.
All
Let
the
me get a
straws.
double shot of Ciroc to go.
Ain't that crazy?
Go.
Some of this stuff just don't be making sense to me. Like I just.
Philip Highleg.
That's my dad.
Okay.
Oh wow.
I'm so proud of you, Christina. I love you so much.
Thank you. Love you
That's
too.
all right.
Super supporter.
You got people rooting for you out here for sure.
Definitely. They keep me going.
So I guess it's more so it's a money thing. So you're gonna take the money out of the big tobacco people.
Look, it ain't a secret right now. It's not a secret now that you see different states have legalized marijuana.
Cause they can get money off of
Oh,
it
no
now. They
doubt.
taxing it.
No doubt.
But you got all these people locked up doing all these years. Now all of a sudden, let's make it legal. We get some money off of it. We control it now.
What did Washington do? Was Washington a state that not legalized, like you cannot be charged for the use of drugs? Didn't Washington do Washington
Well,
State?
I know.
Ohio, I think it was.
Was Ohio what?
Something like that.
Well, I thought you were talking about DC. No, they
Yeah, I thought you
they
were about
did
DC too.
recreational weed and all that. I believe now too.
No, I
No,
thought
you can't. It's something about if you get caught with it, you can't catch a charge.
You can't catch a charge. Like
Yeah.
I mean, like a controlled
like a
substance.
fine.
We talked about this months ago when it happened.
Well, like any kind of drug.
You said it was like Amsterdam or something.
Decriminalizing
They
it.
did.
Yeah,
Oh, overseas.
Yeah, but-
and the crime rate is almost non-existent.
But it's like that in the state of Washington or Ohio.
So up north somewhere.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I didn't know that was here.
no, in Washington State.
So across the way, Washington.
No,
not
I'm
Washington,
talking about
DC.
in the United
Oh, I'm about to
States.
say. No,
I'm talking.
I didn't say Washington.
I'm talking about in the. I didn't know that was in the United States. I
Yeah,
thought you-
yeah.
Okay.
Somebody may can look that up or help me
Recently?
out. It was maybe a couple months ago, maybe
What?
last year.
That's the first time
I
hearing of
missed
this.
it. Yeah, I
we
did.
were debating this one time. We were talking about this because you were trying to.
I was trying to say Amsterdam though. I was talking
You
about
was
Amsterdam.
comparing it to Amsterdam because you was like the crime.
I
rate in
had
Amsterdam.
no idea that was going on here.
When I first read
in
the
the US.
headlines, it said drugs or something was legalized. Like all drugs was legalized, and I was like, "Oh, what
No.
the? Whoa, what's going
Of course
on?"
they get that. I mean, that's the bait for you to read it.
Yeah,
You know, they gonna give
and then
that.
you was trying to break it down to me.
Oh, like about how it would drop crime.
Yeah.
But see, they won't do that though, bro. They won't do that. They get money off locking people up. Why would they do that?
I don't know. I'll have to look at the article. I threw it out there because I thought maybe you remember this, but
Nah, but I do think decriminalizing drugs across the board would bring, because it takes away a black market.
This is all straight market. Ain't no black market.
So it takes away, like, where you find drugs, you find violence,
Yeah.
and where you find drugs is in the poor community.
wait, no, I disagree. I agree, but
Mainly it's there,
Yeah,
but it's
I mean-
definitely in other communities too.
I said the poor community.
Yeah,
I was white or black. I said poor.
No,
I'm
I'm
saying,
saying-
definitely you're gonna find drugs in the poor community, but you definitely find drugs.
Yeah, but I mean, like you know, celebrity they do
Yeah.
their coke, they do all that stuff too. They can just
Hold on. CJ
afford
said it's decriminalized but not legal.
So decriminalized, not legal.
You still can't have it. They just won't charge you if they catch you with it
Okay.
recreationally.
Yeah, and I think that's
Okay.
what we was arguing about decriminalizing being legal because I wasn't sure about like the terminology.
Would that depend on how
What
much you
state?
got?
But he said you can still get conspiracy and intent to sell.
Okay, that's what. So depending
So,
on how you
damn.
got it bagged up.
So if it's bagged up, you can still get.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's bagged up. it's
Yeah. So
whatever.
that's stupid. So
I don't understand.
all they doing is setting a trap.
I don't understand.
pretty much.
They just setting a trap
If
for
you
you.
dumb
at
enough
that
to have
point.
it out here to act like it's all cool, we still gonna get you.
Christina, have you had any run-ins with the law
I went to jail for 18 months. I'm not meant for jail, man.
Wow.
I'm not going to lie about that. That
So
was
you did
after I
18
got
straight
clean.
months?
No, not 18 months, 18 hours. Ooh.
Oh,
18 hours.
Jesus.
It
Oh,
felt
that
like
scared you
18
enough?
months.
Oh,
It
that scared
felt
you
like
enough,
5
huh?
months.
That did it.
No, it was 18 hours.
That did it, huh? That 18 hours.
Hey, look.
That did it for me.
I'm about
I
to
could never do it.
I done 18 hours. I thought
No, that wasn't for me.
18 hours.
That wasn't for me. They was
No,
picking on me in there.
Yeah. I was gonna ask when you said 18 months. I was about to go into
No.
like what I was gonna talk about the jail system.
So is theft a thing with drug addicts like this?
Oh,
like?
yeah. You steal
Okay.
from everywhere.
Okay.
well, I mean that's a support you have.
Yeah, of
Right.
course.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay.
The when
You
you
know.
stealing when you actually had a job.
I don't
too,
think
is
I've ever.
after you lost
I
your
don't think
job.
I've ever seen a
lost my
guy,
Okay.
a dope addict steal anything. Maybe I was too young. Or
You
something.
never seen him
You
steal
ever
one?
seen like the old houses, like they used to cut the copper and stuff off the side of the houses?
Well, I wouldn't be awake at that time when they did that. when I was that young, you know.
Hey, copper.
Yeah, they used to get on them houses. And
Well, like you hear about it, but I've never seen it with my own eyes.
yeah.
man, they have a cart full of that stuff,
Yeah.
man, walking around.
Or maybe I just okay, well,
You seen them? I don't know.
oh, maybe I didn't see him.
I don't know. I mean, it depends on if you knew any. If you knew or been around some drug addicts, you probably seen.
Well,
some
I done
stuff.
been around a whole bunch of drug addicts.
Okay.
That's why I disagree when she said there's not a such thing as a functioning addict.
So you think they function?
Some of them can. They're,
I mean,
But
I
why
know
do you
some
say
people
it's
that do
function?
it,
Because they just do a normal routine.
no, because they keep a job.
but they're still an addict.
Me and you talked about this though.
Yeah, but that's why I said a functioning addict. You know, like they still take care of their family. You know, I've had this happen. I've seen
There's
this.
different. I mean, there's different levels to it, I guess. I
Right.
mean, I guess somebody could snort cocaine every day and still go to work.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And you know, I know people that have kept two jobs.
Right. You know what I'm
Want
saying?
to support their family. Want to support.
Me and you
their
talked about
habit.
this. We knew functional crackheads that could build and do all stuff.
Boy,
Crackheads today can't do shit.
No. We knew some.
I
We ain't gonna call names out. They actually used to help build houses, could do
Boy.
all this stuff. So talented, man.
Right.
Sing, do everything you could think of. I'm still on drugs, but they were functional. But they wasn't like in the best conditions. But they were functional.
Yeah.
I don't see. I don't.
They was talented, man. Had so much
I
talent.
think that term though. I think you got to be careful with like. Yeah, they're function because they ain't dead.
No, well, that's
like-
level to be. Come on, Clarence.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think what he's talking about, what you're talking about, is two different things. You're talking about somebody living life every day doing the same thing. They
Yeah.
just have a recreational drug,
Yes.
a habit, a drug
Right.
habit.
We
Yeah.
talking about some crackheads
He's
that
talking about
had
somebody
talent.
that just doing. They got talent, but just.
Oh, just
Wasted
walking around the
away.
streets all day.
No, but-
yeah, no, we ain't talking about
Yeah,
that.
I think y'all talking about two
But
different
what
things.
I'm saying is though, we knew something that was
Oh no, super talented. I mean,
Yeah.
no matter what you need to do, could get it done.
handyman.
Well, I know a lot of heroin addicts that'll fix your car like
Yeah, no doubt.
nothing, for $20.
I don't think the
That's
talent.
crazy.
I don't think the talent goes away. I think
Well-
it's just the opportunity. I
Right.
think you fumble away your opportunities.
Yeah, that's right.
I think that's probably the biggest thing.
That's crazy, man. That's just crazy.
Sad situation.
Some insight for sure.
Yeah, this. I hopefully we can build off of this, man. One more time, hit him with the toll-free number again. If anybody out there, if you need help, need someone to talk to, substance abuse, mental health and services.
Get some help, man.
Do y'all think addiction to anyone is worse than the other? Like a sex addiction is worse than a drug addiction or whatever addiction it is?
I think
Smoking
drugs
worse
is
than-
the worst.
You think so?
The drug
think
makes
one
you
is
look
worse?
bad.
Well,
It's just
I mean, I don't know. A
'cause of
pervert
looks.
looks pretty bad too.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause think about it.
A
who?
A pervert.
A pervert. He says sex addiction.
Like,
Yeah, cause think about it. There's some people that's addicted to kids.
Oh, I see.
You're right.
I
I mean,
see.
honestly,
See, that's
pedophiles.
different. Yeah, I was.
But don't get me wrong. It's
I
an
went
addiction.
when you said sex, I went man, woman.
No,
old
no.
enough.
I'm talking about all across the board. Like,
yeah,
think about
I
it.
mean, you got like Jada Pinkett said she had a sex addiction. She did.
Oh my God.
She did.
Why?
I don't think anybody's
He
gonna
must
look at
love
her
some
funny
Jada
for it.
Pinkett.
Well, I'm saying,
The
she
boy-
said she had a sex
The boy
addiction.
loved Jada Pinkett so bad.
I
A
just
little,
looked
sex one. Which one is it, dog?
Oh, I definitely love sex. That ain't got
No doubt.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think all men are addicted to sex.
Think so?
addicted.
Yeah.
I
Now
think
he's wondering if he has an addiction or not.
Yeah, I know.
thought about
it went
that.
through his mind. Didn't it?
Maybe I do.
Tiger Woods said he got one.
Boy.
Imagine not having sex since you married for a week
Not
You can
having-
function.
or
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah, come on, man. Like, come on, a week.
Dog, you'll be on edge.
No, I'm definitely on edge. I'm gonna definitely be on edge. No
That's
doubt.
an addiction, good gracious.
Really? There we go.
That's an addiction right
Oh,
there.
I'm probably a little snappy. No, I mean, okay, maybe.
That's an addiction. You can't go too long without it, right?
He's gonna work out.
I've been married 15 years.
Look.
We know how many. Every episode, this man brings up 15 years. We could be talking about anything.
Hey, but wasn't it 15 years in 2020?
Yeah,
it's 2021.
yeah.
So it's 16 by now, right?
Going on 16.
That's my plead the fifth on everything. I've been married 15 years.
Jesus.
So my last question for you, Christina, have you ever had like a mental health professional or law enforcement or somewhere like in maybe a government agency, state agency or something, like maybe be aware, like, or even like in school when you were a teenager, like maybe they didn't know, but if there was problems at home or like anybody ever reach out to you to help provide like some kind of assistance? No. So really just floating around on your own in life.
Exactly. That's why people are still out there strung out and don't know where to turn to for help.
Just continue to use and.
So where do you turn to? That's tough.
Family, man. But your family disowns you.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah, in certain situations, a lot of situations, people don't want to deal with you, or you just don't want to deal with that person sometimes because they too much you deal with. You kind of let them go wayside.
You like you get rid of your friends.
Yeah.
Unless they doing the same thing you doing.
Right. You know,
and then they ain't your friend at that point.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's just another person that you doing.
You can't help. You can't help somebody else when you got the same or similar issue.
Well, you can't help nobody until they want the help.
Yeah,
either.
That's true.
Right.
To me, there's a difference between an addict and a junkie. An addict wants help; they just don't know how to get the help. And a junkie is perfectly comfortable in that lifestyle.
Oh, that's a good point. I never thought about it that way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's pretty powerful, right there.
Yeah, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
A junkie
they see
not
no
looking for
problem.
help.
They're not looking for help. They like going out there and doing that every day.
Wow.
They're comfortable with being homeless. They're comfortable with what they have right there.
Right.
They don't want more.
I just can't stop thinking about how strong you were to check yourself into
3 or 4 different times.
Yeah,
3 different times.
be
Like,
consistent enough to.
So what
do
made you
that.
snap out? Like, this is it.
I don't really want to get into that.
That's okay.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever makes you feel
I happened to
comfortable.
have met somebody one time when I was in there. We got out, lost contact, linked back up. I was still using. They wasn't. I got them on it, and I seen them suffering. Somebody I really loved and I really cared about, and I didn't want to see them suffer anymore. And so we got clean together.
Wow.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
And the other person's still clean?
Nah, I hope so. I hope
Yeah,
so.
okay.
As far as I
Wow.
know, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wow. But y'all got clean together.
Yeah, right.
Okay, cool.
So that may be that may be it for somebody else. You may
Right.
have to
Exactly.
find somebody that you can go through
A
it
support
together.
system or
yeah,
something.
that's your
Right.
support system. Somebody you
Yeah.
can talk to. Somebody who know exactly what you've been through. Because you could tell us about the dark days all day
Oh
long.
yeah, all day long.
And
Right.
and all we can do is kind of like imagine
Imagine it, but you don't know.
Yeah, have
Right.
no clue.
Not a clue.
Not a clue.
Because we'll never, unless you went down that road, you would never understand.
Right.
And,
Sure.
and this is probably some of the roads that you can even remember. Not even the stuff
yeah.
that you can't remember.
Oh yeah.
I bet the recovery was, and from what I understand, you still have cravings for it, or you still no. What I'm saying as a they take it. They say one day at a time.
Yeah, it is one day.
So there's never a craving for it anymore. There's never a.
I'm scared of it. I don't want to go through those withdrawals again. I don't want to go through that again because I knew how long it took for me to get back to where I am now.
So there's never even a thought.
I mean, I'm not going to say there's been days where I'm like, oh my God, I just want to forget about everything.
Yeah.
But then I tell myself, what's that going to do? I'm just going to be sick and depressed.
You done came too far.
Right.
You done
Exactly.
came too far.
Well, look, we praying for you for sure.
Appreciate it.
We are definitely rooting for you
Rooting for
over
you.
here.
Oh, you're definitely and proud of you.
I appreciate
Yeah, no
it.
doubt.
Keep on doing
Very,
it.
very proud
Keep
of you.
on doing it.
So usually at the end of the show, we usually do what we call like a deadly 7, but this
We're
show
switching it up.
Yeah, we want maybe you could help us and help some people out there. Give us maybe 7 tips or 7 things that you would recommend someone who is no matter the level of addiction. What's 7 things they can do to like their road to recovery? What would you
First you have
recommend?
to talk about it. You have to admit that you have the problem.
Right.
If you don't say that, you need help, then you're never going to get the help.
You
You've
admit
got to
you have a
realize
problem.
you need it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. You just got to trust someone,
Okay.
find somebody you can trust to talk to and, something worth getting clean for,
Okay.
I don't really know.
If you don't
but-
have 7, that's fine.
I
Just
know.
whatever you
It's
find.
okay.
Yeah, you
It's
don't have to
okay.
have 7.
Yeah,
but-
for sure.
I mean, it just takes a lot. I mean, I don't know. Everybody's road's different. Everybody, like I said, I couldn't get clean for my kids, unfortunately, as bad as that sounds. My kids, I couldn't do it for. I was overwhelmed and I was depressed. I didn't know how I was going to be a mom by myself, so I couldn't get clean for them. I thought I was going to die an addict. I still don't have my driver's license because everybody's like, over a bunch of speeding tickets I never went to court for, and they're like, why didn't you go to court? Because I thought I was going to die an addict.
Right.
You know, I didn't think I needed a license anymore.
Right.
It's just a lot of things like that, you know.
Is it important to latch yourself to a person or a group for doing that recovery? Like someone that can like feed positive energy into you?
I'm sure it is, of course. If I didn't have the people that I work with, you know, my whole family at work, you know, they're what pushes me. You know, I don't want to let them down.
Good.
And again, big ups to them. God, the owners of Lido's Pizza.
My first day there with my interview, you know, I hurried up and told them, you know, my road, and they gave me a chance. They couldn't believe that I had 10 years experience in waitressing because I was like a feral cat.
Wow.
You know, I hadn't been around people in so long and stuff like that.
And where they
gave me a
located
chance
again?
In Kernersville.
In Kernersville.
In the Lowe's Food parking lot.
There you go.
There we go.
Shout out to them, man.
So we're gonna go with you can number one.
You got to trust somebody.
No, you gotta admit it
Yeah.
first.
Admit it.
Talk to someone about
Talk to somebody
about your problem or issue. It's probably a good idea to find you a group or somebody.
If that's
that
what
can-
helps for you. You know, I never went to meetings and stuff like that because to me that was just being reminded of it every day and stuff like that. You know, out of sight, out of mind worked for me. I moved away. from where I used that. I stayed away from where I used that. I don't go.
So try to get away from that
Get
environment.
away from those
Separate.
people. You
That's
have to,
good.
you know, get away from the people you were getting high with. You got to get away from the areas you were getting high in and stuff like that. You know, you can't be reminded of it every day.
Yeah. Or because everybody's not gonna be strong enough to be around it and not 10%.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, sure, I can go to High Point now, and I'm not worried about,
Right.
you know, going to the store or nothing like that. But, you know, when I first got clean, hell no, I couldn't have went to High Point.
Would you recommend that clinic that you went to?
The High Point, any psych ward, yeah. High Point Regional really helped me out
Yeah,
a lot.
that's
You
what I
know,
mean.
they helped me realize that I had, you know, underlying mental issues
Wow.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know, like PTSD and stuff like that. You know.
Well, Philip again said piercedforme.org,
Oh yeah, my dad. They
long-term
have
recovery.
They have
Go
a
ahead.
woman's facility, you know, where they help struggling addicts
What
and
was
stuff
that
like
again?
Piercedforme.org,
Okay.
that. Yeah.
They have a women's facility. Where is that? Where is that?
In
long-term
High Point.
recovery,
Oh, that's in High Point.
and that's
as
in
well?
High Point. Is
Yeah.
that where
Okay.
you went?
No, that's not where I
Okay.
went. No.
Okay, but good
That's through
things,
their
good
church,
reviews
yeah.
from this. Okay.
Check through the
Definitely.
church.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
So that's another outlet for those who's watching
Definitely.
that can help.
Yeah, for sure. Big ups to Philip again.
Appreciate the information. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what we need.
Yeah.
You know. Did you ever go to any other facility? That was
No.
it. That's the only
I just
one.
went to High
Okay.
Point Regional.
Okay. Hey, High Point Regional.
Yeah.
Big ups to you.
Yeah, got
Most
the job
definitely.
done.
Yeah.
And I'm sure other people can attest to that too. So
We appreciate your story for sure.
Listen, you are so
Appreciate
strong.
y'all.
The
and
bravest.
Appreciate y'all.
This is the bravest person we've had on
This
Boy
is
You
awesome.
Said Something.
Thank
you know, I know we cut up on here and we
Yeah.
we have a good time and stuff, but it's real life issues out
It's
here,
real out
life
here.
things people are dealing with, and
Yeah.
you know, we kind of pride ourselves on being able to tackle it all and discuss it all, and some of it become uncomfortable, some of it is fun, some of it is laughing, but you know,
It ain't for everybody.
no,
Right.
but everybody can get something from it.
That's right.
So-
That's right.
We appreciate you.
So
Thank
big
y'all.
up.
Thank
We
you.
proud of you. Keep
Thank you.
going for sure.
I appreciate it.
Definitely. Rude. We hit the hand clap because he trying to clap, man. Please, he will kill you to clap.
Big ups to Christina Pyrtle, man. We sure do appreciate
Thank
you
so
being
much.
here for
Hey,
sure.
We hope somebody, you know, if not you, a friend, family, someone watching. Hope you picked up something where you know it'll help save a life.
Right.
For sure.
You know,
We're going to leave it right there?
we're gonna leave it
Leave it
right there
down.
before we go. Hit them with the phone number one more time. You know, if you or you know someone is dealing with an addiction, substance abuse, mental health.
piercedforme.org, which Philip gave us, and the substance abuse and mental health services at the bottom of the screen right now, for sure.
Or to call and talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. If you don't feel comfortable talking to them, I know they say it's anonymous, but talk to somebody. You know, somebody in your life, somebody you talk to.
Yeah,
There's always somebody.
It's
out there
always
in your
somebody.
Yes, always.
It's somebody.
Big ups to you, Christina, brave person
Thank
right
you.
here.
talk to boy. You
Thank
said
And
something.
boy, you
Talk
said
back.
something. But
Definitely.
look, make sure you follow our IG page. That's on the
Definitely.
bottom of your screen right now. It's been on that for a little minute. And then make sure you follow our YouTube page, Boy You
Definitely.
Said Something podcast. And make sure you like us on Facebook at Boy You Said Something. Fellas, did I say something?
You said something before we go. Make sure we want to shout out
Gents by Prestige.
Barbershop. This is not possible without their support.
Gents by Prestige Barbershop.
Thank y'all
4000
so much.
Spring Garden Street,
4000 Spring Garden Street, Sweet D.
Sweet D.
as in the letter D.
Also, Urban Renaissance by Prestige,
Shout out to
which they
Tevin,
just opened
Q.
up last year.
Yeah.
Is that the barbershop or is that the school?
That's the barbershop.
That's the new
right corner,
barbershop.
on Merritt Drive.
Yeah, on Merritt
Right down the
Drive.
corner.
Urban Renaissance by Prestige.
Danny, Q, everybody over there, Tevin, and we possibly shooting a show over there. Hopefully we can check it out. Had a mural on the wall. Check it out. Dope place. Shout out to Gina.
We appreciate them.
We look. We appreciate y'all for sure.
Thank y'all.
Again, YouTube. Boy, you said something podcast. Fellas, did I say something?
Boy, you said something.
We out.
Boy, you said something. 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 Hey, boy, you said something. Boy, you said something. Hey, boy, you said something. Boy, hey, you so crazy.